All right, people. So welcome everybody to the live analysis session of Mr. Michael Roberts. All right, cool. I'm switching over charts. Okay, I've got all my charts open today, so it's a bit of a different flex. All right, but I am looking into what we got to look into, and I'm about to give you guys a shout because the trade is about to happen, guys. We're almost there. So let me switch over right now. All right, just get yourselves in. All right, I'm gonna have to give a shout to the students because the trade is happening right now. So you guys are getting into the mind of what the Wolf Group Academy is all about, which is the company that I have for teaching how to trade correctly and properly. As you can see, guys, as the markings have denoted, can you see the entry is coming right here right now? Bitcoin just missed the first initial push down. We have one more leg to go. The price just needs to get inside of here. All right, so we're almost there, guys. So if you want to take this, all we need really is the price to pull back down right here. And then we're on our way. First target should be right up here. All right, so as I've marked it out, so I'm going to leave these markings here, so for before and after sake, but we just need a little pullback right here and then we're ready to go. So I'm going to put a shout to the students. You guys want to see what I do. So if you want to see what I do, here you go. I'm sharing the screen. All right. So from here, moving forward, all right, so I'm going to give a shout. So what I usually do, you can see I gave this trade yesterday at 1:30, way beforehand. Signal entry signals here. But I always like to give the students a heads up. So heads up, guys, to see is pulling back to our H1 zone, supply zone A, as expected. Get ready for the long analysis. All right, so coming back here, all right. So Bitcoin is pulling back right now. And the market in the crypto right now has been quite nicely slow. I like when the market has, for me, I feel as the market is slowing down. So we have time to think, time to reprocess things. But it doesn't mean we're by any means dead. Of course, you can see that Bitcoin is nowhere near the all-time high. And according to what we have, I don't believe in the next 12 days, unless something crazy happens, Bitcoin will get to 100K. But I do think that it can definitely do 100K. The economics of the system, everything is working out perfectly to really produce what we need. Now I'm going to go over to Solana now because there's another opportunity here. All right, another great rebuy opportunity on Solana right now. All right, now Solana, okay, we know the situation that happened with Solana. The network broke down and it wasn't really working for a bit. People couldn't connect to their wallets, but I've given you guys a little pullback here. Now, when Solana got over 200, I told you guys not to buy yet. If you were on the live, I said that this H4 order block here is the crux of where demand is at the moment. This range between $141 to $145.40. This is the range. Now the price hit here with the wick of the candle, but I'm looking to see if the price will fill the wick out, and we'll see the price get down to about $142. If it does, that's another good buy signal. Now, if we get a reoptimization of this H4 demand and demand becomes supply, then we have a free fall. Now, the free fall can actually do a lot more than what I'm suggesting, but the free fall could literally hit $119, $86.53. Now, these are not support and resistance levels, by the way. If you're wondering if they are, I don't trade support and resistance, supply and demand only. All right. If you're not too sure as to why, in the link below, there's a free course that I teach about how to read the market. I suggest you grab it so that you can have the fundamentals, solid fundamentals, and a foundation you can use. Okay. And if you want more, in my channel, okay, I made a 2-part series so far about how you won't survive the crypto market in 2021 without these skills. And I break down in deep detail technical analysis skills that you can use. All right. So back to where we are right now. I expect the price to even get back down to 65 because most of this order book area of concentration is really here. and at this point here. So if it gets back down into single digits, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, this bullish run on Solana was massive. And I want to see what the price does. Really, it all depends really on this H4 order block. So keep your eyes peeled, guys, because opportunity is arising and arising very fast. All right. So don't be surprised if the market does some very interesting things, okay, before your eyes. But for now, stick close, stay with it, and let's continue. All right, let's go and look at Doge. Now, for me, from a fundamental perspective, I'm bearish on Doge all the way down to 0. All right, now at the moment, you can see from some of you who've been following me for a while may know what I'm talking about already. But when it comes to Doge, from this all-time high point right here, from the all-time high to the current price now, the recovery has been very weak. When the market started to reverse, we've only gone from 15 cents up to about just over half, all right, where many other cryptos have even done more than their all-time high. And I believe it's just because of mainly the economics around Doge. Dogecoin's economics is probably one of the worst I've ever seen for any blockchain, not just whether it's layer 1, layer 2 as a solution, but either one, they're just terrible. All right, 4 people own about 80% of Doge. So it's very, very, very liable, or not even liable, that's the wrong word. It's very susceptible to a very big crash from a whale. You know, if 2 whales decide to sell, that's already massive. If 3, then it's over. Now, my expectation is that Doge, because this movement was based on hype, it wasn't really much to do with anything. And I'm being really real now. I know there's some Doge lovers and Doge fans, but in reality, I'm just saying what it is. I always speak the truth. Integrity is what I do, and that's what I'm going to stick by. And to me, honestly, Dogecoin, all okay, so apologies, guys. I think we disconnected here, but it's okay. We can continue. So as I was saying, when it comes to Doge, for me, I believe Doge is going back to at least the first target of 0.7. So just less than 10 cents at 7 cents right here. My second target is here. I believe every single pump we've had on Doge has been due to, in essence, hype. That's all it's been. And so just like other pump and dump projects go, if it started by hype, it's going to end by disinterest. I'll say that one more time. All right. If it started because of a hype, it's going to end because of disinterest. And I do think that sooner or later, the hype is going to die. Elon Musk hasn't really been talking much about Doge. And the project founder, funny enough, during the time when crypto crashed, said that he's given up on crypto. So already Dogecoin has a quite unstable foundations. It wasn't created to be a solution really to help people on a mass scale. It was rather just something started from a meme. So for me, something that started from a meme, even if it was going to catch up with other layer 1 blockchains, at the moment, Dogecoin is still proof of work, but it's not a useful proof of work the same way crypto, the cryptocurrency that we all love or we should love is Bitcoin as a proof of work system. Now, Dogecoin, in order for it to run, as I've said to you many times, or for it to exist, it needs Litecoin. All right, Litecoin miners cold mine Dogecoin, or the hashing algorithm that hashes or allows for transactions to take place on the Litecoin blockchain, also, coal mines Dogecoin. So this is a bit of a problem here, and this is why I say to you, I'm not really a big fundamental fan on Doge. Technically speaking, though, I do think a short is on its way too. I'm looking at this daily structure right here, and the daily structure on price, we've had a strong break beneath this area. Now, I want to see a couple of things. Now, on this side, we've had a very strong break beneath the area on demand, and the price has broken beneath, which was Bitcoin day here, and we've had a return, not the deepest return, so we may see another one. But even from where it is, I'm expecting Doge really probably to gain some bullish strength as we're expecting Bitcoin to rise, but then from that, I'm expecting to see the price push short. And I believe it will be a fantastic short that for you to grab. So from me, as I said, I think Dogecoin is too far behind personally for me as a layer 1 solution to catch up. It's going to cost a lot of money, which I don't think any investor is going to want to put money into something that has economically one of the most unfavorable yeah, one of the most unfavorable economic infrastructures on a crypto. So for me, I believe Doge is going to crash to the ground, and I want to take advantage of it. It just really will take one piece of really bad news, or for there to be maybe a overall kind of drop in the market for Doge to kind of get set off and just make its way short. Now, at the moment here, we have an algorithmic response in price. The price has just come for the lows of the previous day with a spike, which may trigger some bullish activity, and that might be the trigger before another long, but for a long, then another short. So we'll see what happens here with Doge, but I'm expecting something of this nature to happen very soon. And when it does, you definitely don't want to miss out. I'll try and do a live on it so that you guys can get the full enjoyment of this movement here. All right. I'm scanning through. Let's look at our friend Ethereum. Let's see what's going on with it. Where is ETH? ETH. All right. So an update on what we were looking at with ETH. So with Ethereum, all right, we have what we were looking for here, and this was the break beneath above demand. So you can see here we've had a daily close above demand. Now, what does that mean? That means for us right now, the market has just given us a very clear insight into the fact that it's going to continue going long. And so what we've had here, for the most part, is that this Bitcoin day's low just formed a C swing point for us to continue the long. Now, this was a major area that we wanted the price to defeat, and I'm so glad that the price has done just as of that. Now I'm expecting a return on the other side, and from this return on the other side, I want to see what the price is doing moving forward. All right. So this is the expectation that I do have, and I expect the price to do so. Okay, so let's take a look at this. All right. So what we got right here, all right, cool. So on the when I look at the price here, this is where we are. And the price is approaching this supply zone right here, and I think it will reach there. I do expect a pullback. The reason why I went quiet for a moment is because I'm just looking at this again thinking, okay, I'm expecting a pullback, and most likely today into tomorrow, we should see the price pull back on the other side of supply. If it lands in here and stays as it should, we're looking for a good long, and we should be getting above the all-time high very, very soon. Okay, so I want you guys to stay level-headed and make sure that you keep your eyes peeled on what the market does, because things are getting ready to gear up, and it's going to be a good one. All right. Now, what I'll do, I'm going to steal USDCHF here. Let me have a look at some other crypto. So Ripple, all right. Ripple is still doing what I said it would do. Remember, we discussed this region of order block. Now, I hope you do see what I'm talking about when I talk about order blocks here. This area on the weekly was a demand zone. The price has broken beneath here and turned it into a supply zone. And when Bitcoin Day happened last week, we had the price took all of these 3 weekly highs that were left behind, and we've had a very strong drop. Now, at the moment, the price is struggling around here, and how the price will behave will be interesting. For me, I'd like to see a higher up XRP, but there is market inefficiency on XRP all the way down to 33 cents that hasn't been fixed from a technical standpoint. So again, Ripple's one of those ones. I love the project. I don't like the tokenomics because 50% belongs to the Ripple people that are, part of Ripple company. So it's another one that is susceptible. Now, it's not as bad as Doge, but it is not great either. I mean, if 50% of the other side sold, it would be quite a crazy one. But I'm looking for something more of this kind of sort here, where the price may pull back lower. I can see the price doing so and even getting back down to 92 and then back even down to 85. But I really want to see it. Now, the liquidity gap or the inefficiency is a liquidity gap. And it comes from when the Reddit army spiked the price. They left the liquidity gap here from all of the intense buy-in that came in because there was not enough liquidity to support that much buying pressure. So some way, somehow, I do believe the market is going to come back and find a way to go for that. So I would suggest hang in there, keep your eyes peeled. Let's see what the market is producing, and then after we can take it from there. Okay. This will be one of the best things to do. All right, so let's continue. Let me see what we got going on. Now, I always like to use the price feed that I have here because I believe it's quite accurate. Now, let's see what Polkadot is doing. I'm going to scan through these and see if there's any opportunities. Now, I'm not really talking about investing right now. If you have suggestions, though, guys, you can always give me the suggestions and then I can have a look at those. All right. So if there's no suggestions here, all right, let's have a look and see. All right, so switching. So DOT, again, is making its way short, but soon. But I believe we're going to have a continuation long. Let's cap. We already looked at Solana. All right. Luna's pushing quite strongly long, but the price is reversed. I think a lot of the cryptos are following suit with what Bitcoin is doing. But I would say this, though. One thing I am keeping my eyes on very strongly is ADA. Now, ADA has just launched one of the most powerful parts of its project, which is the Alonzo smart contract. Let's put this here. Smart contract development. So now we can build on there. And I told you guys yesterday that as soon as smart contracts were able to be built on Cardano, there was 100 smart contracts in 24 hours. Crazy. Now, as I always said, my key area that I would say, if I can leave you with advice instead of trying to ramble on about stuff, unless you guys have something, I would say my thoughts on ADA are very simple. From a technical standpoint, I do see the need for the price to return back beneath and fill the wick that was created from the Bitcoin movement down from Bitcoin day. Now, 2.0182 is the low of the day, read of that day. And I would like to see the wick filled. Now, the key to know if the price is going to do this, because I really want to get my bags in ADA for sure. But from a technical standpoint, fundamentally, the prices will do well over the long term, but even though smart contracts have been enabled, until value starts to enter into the system, there's not really much we can do with that great information. All right. So we're going to have to wait and see. All right. So tell yourself, I've got to wait and see. If you don't wait and see, you're not going to know. Okay. So this is why I would say, ideally, to keep your eyes peeled for what happens on the project. Let's see what happens. I believe the market will start to move as value gets into the project, because those projects that are building on Cardano are going to require Cardano to do things. And so that demand for the currency, which is economics 101, will drive up the value of it. So I do think Cardano could do very, very well and do $30 for one coin, even more. But at the place that we are right now, I would say that I'm still looking at bearish signs, just based on the whole market effect of what we have going on. So if ADA is to break beneath here, you can use the 30-minute or you can use the hourly. I'm using the hourly now. If the body of the candle closes beneath this demand zone, which is what's really holding the price here, and then we get a return on the other side, then I'm suggesting that we look for lower buy entries. As I've said, when I look at Cardano, there are market inefficiencies from quite far back. If I go further back in the price feed here, all right, back into May, March, and things like that, there are a few price feeds here that or a few things on the price feed that I'm expecting the price to really fill out, hopefully soon, but we haven't really seen just as of yet. All right. So I'm keeping my eyes very strongly peeled on what we could get moving forward. So I would say you should do the same. Just keep your eyes peeled on what the market is trying to do. Don't focus too much on the news or fake news, as I said yesterday, but rather just focus on what projects are doing, and the trader's response, and you will do well. Okay. So that's my last for today, guys. Nothing much to say. Okay. I only want to bring you value, so I won't stay longer than I need to. But I hope you guys enjoyed that short one, and I'll catch you guys in